Students, how are you all? Hope you are taking a good care of yourself. Dear students, today we are going to start a new chapter, and the title of the chapter is The Fight. This is written by a very famous Indian British author, Ruskin Bond. Dear students, this story is about two boys who fight with each other in the beginning, but at the end they become good friends. So, let's start the chapter. Ranchi had been less than a month in Rajpur when he discovered the pool in the forest. It was the height of summer, and his school had not yet opened. And having as yet made no friends in this semi hill station, he wandered about a good deal by himself into the hills and forests that stretched away interminably in all sides of the town. It was a very hot at that time of the year, and Ranji walked about in his vest and shorts, his brown feet white with the chunky dust that flew up from the ground. The earth was parched, the grass brown, the trees listless, hardly stirring, waiting for a cool wind or refreshing shower of rain. It has been less than a month living in Rajpur when Ranji discovered a pool, and the summer was at its extreme, and Ranji's school hadn't opened yet. He didn't have any friend either. While wandering all by himself in the weather, he discovered a pool in the forest, and one day when Ranji discovered the pool, it was extremely hot, and Ranji's brown feet had turned chunky with dust. The next stanza is It was on such a day, a hot, tired day, that Ranji found the pool in the forest. The water had a gentle translucency, and you could see the smooth, round pebbles at the bottom of the pool. A small stream emerged from a cluster of rocks to feed the pool. During the monsoon, this stream would be a gushing torrent cascading down from the hills. But during this summer, it was barely a trickle. The rocks, however, held the water in the pool, and it did not dry up like the pools in the plains. The water had a gentle transparency on that day. In the monsoon, however, the water used to be gushing down the hills, but during the summer, the water was merely a trickle. Unlike in the plains, here the rocks held the water, and therefore the water did not dry up. When Ranji saw the pool, he did not hesitate to get into it. He had often gone swimming alone or with friends. When he had lived with his parents in a thirsty town in the middle of the Rajputana desert, there he had known only sticky, muddy pools where buffaloes wallowed and women washed clothes. He had never seen a pool like this, so clean and cold and inviting. He leaped into the water. His limbs were supple, free of any fat, and his dark body glistened in patches of sunlit water. Ranji had never seen a pool like this. Pools in Rajputana were sticky and muddy. Only buffaloes wallowed in those pools. This pool was clean and cold, and therefore inviting. Ranji had often gone for swimming with friends and even alone. He didn't therefore hesitate and look a plunge into the pool. His dark body shined as patches of sunlight water touched it. The next day, he came again to quench his body in the cool waters of the forest pool. He was there for almost an hour, sliding in and out of the limpid green water, or laying stretched out on the smooth yellow rocks. It was while he lay thus that he noticed another boy standing a little distance away, staring at him in a rather hostile manner. The other boy was a little older than Ranji, taller, thick set, with a broad nose and thick red lips. He had only just noticed Ranji, and when Ranji did not say anything, the other called out, "What are you doing there, mister?" Ranji, who was prepared to be friendly, was taken aback at the hostility of the other's tone. "I was swimming," he replied. "Why don't you join me?" "I always swim alone," said the other. "This is my pool. I didn't invite you here." The stranger strode up to Ranji, who still sat on the rock and planting his broad feet firmly on the sand, said, "Though this would settle the matter once and for all, don't you know I am a warrior? I do not take replies from villagers like you." "So, you like to fight with villagers?" said Ranji. "Well, I am not a villager. I am a fighter. I am a warrior. I am a fighter." They had reached the impasse. One had said he was a warrior, and the other had proclaimed himself a fighter. There was a little else that could be said. "You understand that I am a warrior," said the stranger, feeling that perhaps this information had not penetrated Ranji's head. "I have heard you say it 3 times," replied Ranji. "Then why are you not running away?" "I am waiting for you to run away. I will have to beat you," said the stranger, assuming a violent attitude. Showing Ranji the path of his hand, "I am waiting to see you do it," said Ranji. "You will see me do it," said the other boy. Ranji waited. The other boy made a strange hissing sound. They stared at each other in eye for almost a minute. The next day, when Ranji came to the school, he noticed another boy who was a little older than him. Staring at him, Ranji was taken aback by the hostility of the stranger. The boy told Ranji that the pool belonged to him and he liked to swim alone and he didn't appreciate uninvited visitors. The boy also informed Ranji that he was a warrior and didn't like speaking to villagers. Hearing this, Ranji told him that he was not a villager but a fighter. And after that, both stood staring at each other with deadlock silence. Then the warrior slapped Ranji across the face with all the force he could muster. Ranji staggered, feeling quite dizzy. There were thick red fingers marks on his cheek. "There you are," exclaimed his assailant. "Will you be off now?" For answer, Ranji swung his arm up and pushed a hard bony fish into the other's face. And then they were at each other's throats. When none of them said anything and Ranji didn't make any move to leave, the stranger slapped Ranji across the face with all his force. There were red finger marks on Ranji's cheek. Ranji staggered and felt quite dizzy. But then he mustered courage and hit back at the stranger. Soon they were rolling over and over in dust, in mud, even in the water, hurling one after one their violent blows. Even in the water, the fight continued as, sputtering and covered with mud, they groped with each other's head and throat, but after 5 minutes on frenzied, unscientific struggle, neither boy had emerged victorious. Their bodies heaving with exhaustion, they stood back from each other, making tremendous efforts to speak. Now, now do you realize I am a warrior? Gasped the stranger. Do you know I am a fighter? Said Ranji with difficulty. Do you know? They gave a moment's concentration to each other's answer, and in that moment of silence, there was only their heavy breathing and the rapid breathing of their hearts. Then, you will not leave the pool, said the warrior. I will not leave it, said Ranji. Then we shall have to continue the fight, said the other. All right, said Ranji, but neither boy moved, neither took the initiative. The warrior had an inspiration. We will continue the fight tomorrow, he said. If you dare to come here again tomorrow, we will continue this fight, and I will not show you mercy as I have done today. I will come tomorrow, said Ranji. I will be ready for you. They turned from each other then and going to their respective rocks, but on their clothes and left the forest by different routes. The boys fought with each other, but nobody emerged victorious. Their bodies were heavy with exhaustion and they needed to put effort to be able to speak. Each after reiterating their status as a warrior and a fighter decided that they were reluctant to submit before the other. The warrior asked Ranji if he would leave the pool. Ranji continued to answer in the negative. They resolved the matter for the time being by deciding to continue with the fight the next day. So dear student, this was the first part of the chapter.